All right, boys, welcome to another YouTube video. My name is Kaiki Silva, if you don't know who I am. I lost my father at 15 years old. I dropped out of high school at 17 years old. I started my own business at 18 years old. I made 80K my first ever 2 years in the online business. And then I burned it all down beginning of 2025 to come back to gaming, which was a part of me ever since 6 years old. My father got me a PS2 at 6 years old, PS3, PS4, so on. And then I lost him 15, quit all of that to pursue, how pay the bills with my family. And I did that successfully. And now I'm returning to a more rooted, experience that I've always experienced my whole life, and I cut it all off. And I always found myself, after putting in so many hours in the business or making so much money, I always found myself returning to gaming. So here I am. I want to talk about what 9 months of grinding League of Legends for the first time ever actually taught me. And yeah, so if you take a look at my YouTube channel, you'll see like my first ever videos are League of Legends based videos, okay? League of Legends was the first game I played when I first left my business. And I basically fell in love with it. So what happened was I downloaded League of Legends. I've always heard about this game and I never really played it because I've been a console player my whole life. Never really got into PC, but I have this $2,000 Mac with me right now that I bought for my business years to, scale the business. It's a very powerful machine for video editing, etc., etc. And you can run League of Legends on it. It's one of the few popular games that you can play on a Mac, right? Because on Mac, you can't really play games. So I downloaded it. I played Brand. Okay, it's this fire guy, and I kind of just fell in love with it. And the first day I played it, I dreamed of the game. I'm not joking. I was so deprived of gaming. I didn't game for like 4 or 5 years that I dreamt that same day that I first played, I dreamt of the game. I'm not joking. I dreamt of like the lanes, the 3 lanes, and how cool it was that you just go. And I remember it reminds me of a game called Paragon. If you guys know Paragon, you're an OG. It came out on PS4, I think, probably other consoles too. But I remember installing it, Paragon. It was a MOBA, a very similar MOBA, but it was first person. And you had all these other characters. And I fell in love with that game, but then it got shut down. They have like a predecessor version now, but I never really got into it. So I played that game until it got shut down. Never played it again. And now this was before my father passed. So League of Legends, it reminded me a lot of Paragon. And so my first 9 months of ever playing, I hit Emerald rank. And I made a video about that. You can see on my YouTube channel, I got like 400 views. And people told me it's pretty good achievement in only 9 months getting Emerald. And what I did during 9 months is I would wake up and I would watch like a YouTube video or get some information, do some research on how to better improve my gameplay, and then hop into solo queue up until noon or up until 1 p.m., 2 p.m., whatever the case may be, and then go eat and then come back and queue. Now, there would be some days where I just wouldn't feel like playing at all, and those days were consisted of learning or, going outside, hanging out with friends, or just staying inside, watching a movie, stuff like that, just watching streams, watching the esports. The esports scene was a huge part of why I fell in love with the game so much. There's a streamer called Kadro. He co-streams these live esports games, and I learned about Faker. I learned about all these different teams and different team compositions, and that made me get hooked into the game even more because I'm a very competitive guy. I reached top 500 on Overwatch on console when I was like 13. I'm almost GC in Rocket League, etc., etc. I'm very competitive, very competitive. And so that's what my days consisted of. Some days I would spend the entire day playing. Like I would play like 12, 13, 14 ranked games in one day. And those days were like some of the best days I've had since I can remember, because it was like progression to me, right? I'm grinding, I'm putting in the work. It's like the most controlled environment for a person like me who is so competitive. I can just sit and just grind it out and feel so accomplished. Now, the in-game details, I will say the community of League of Legends is by far the worst community that I've ever played with in my life. I mean, at first, the first couple of weeks, I just shrugged it off, because I'm like, oh, this stuff happens. I've had my share of bad experiences with other communities or other players in different games. So I just shrug it off. But then like month 3, month 4, month 5, that's when it really starts to kick in. And you see like oh yeah, this community is actually miserable and we all hate ourselves, and we might just jump off a bridge one day. So this community is absolutely garbage. It's absolutely garbage. The player base is just horrible. And to make matters even worse, I'm a jungle main. I was a jungle main. I played Trundle, Viego, Dr. Mundo, whatever it may be. I was jungle. So you have all these 4 other teammates pinging you, question mark, danger, danger, danger. So every single game, like on month 5, month 6, I learned to /mute all. That was the most important adjustment I could have made to rank up, because you cannot listen to these other teammates who are the same rank as you and they're telling you how you should play. Like think about that. You have teammates in the same rank as you and you're listening to how they want you to play. Hell no, you have to carry the game. You have to absolutely just shut the hell up and just carry the game. That's what you have to do. So that's what I did. And I ranked up, right? Now, why did I stop at Emerald? Well, I stopped, and I'm going to be totally honest, is because I needed to make more money, right? I told you I stopped the business. Luckily I live with my mom and my sister, and thankfully I provided for them. I was able to provide for them with my business, and thankfully they can do the same for me. In some periods, like just, eating food, that type of stuff, I don't ask for much at all. I purchase my own things. If I want something, I'm going to go get it. And so I wanted to make more money, just have a more cushioned safety net. So I went back to a construction job, did that for two months or so, part-time, and then just stopped that, made the money. Okay, we're good now. You got a bit extra leeway, because this content thing is really what I want to do, and I've proven myself I can build stuff from zero, and this is going to manifest itself, and I'm going to make this my career. You can trust me on that. It's just a matter of time, right? So that's primarily why I stopped. I needed to go and pay some bills. I needed to do that, and I did that, but ultimately it's not what I want to be doing. I'm not going to trade my life for a 9-to-5 slave. No, I'm not doing that. No. I cannot work for a boss. It's not ingrained for me. It never was. I literally cannot stand it. I need to create my own things, and this is what I'm creating right now. And the results will show itself in the future, right? And then ever since then, I haven't touched this since. Now, what I have touched is Rocket League. I went from Diamond 3 to Champion 3 in like 50 days, less than 2 months. Yep. And then I also just recently started playing CS2, which is very fun, okay? I remember I had experiences playing CS2 in the past when I was like 13 or 14 in middle school with my friends. My homie used to play a lot. I went to his house, and I remember playing, and I used to play Fortnite, all this type of stuff on my controller. I used to be cracked at it. People would pay me to play Fortnite with them to get them wins. And then I hop on PS2 on keyboard and mouse, and I am absolutely dog shit. I don't know how the game works. And then from that day on, I never played it again, but then I recently installed it. I deleted it, the first ever game I played, because I didn't understand it. But then I searched up a couple videos. I learned that you had to stand still to shoot, because what I was doing is I was running around just shooting everybody, and I was wondering why I wasn't hitting my shots. I looked at YouTube video. I'm like, oh, why didn't you guys tell me this? Holy fuck. And then I started hitting headshots, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty fucking addicting. So yeah, I'm playing CS2 more now, which is fire. But yeah, back to my point. What I learned playing 9 months of League of Legends, you can do anything you want. If you want to get Challenger in League of Legends, if you want to get Diamond, I was one game away from Diamond. You can check my old PGG, or you can just check my old video. I was one game away from Diamond. I just didn't get it because I just stopped. Maybe I'll return to League of Legends if you guys want me to. I'll try to reach Challenger in League of Legends. If that's what you guys want me to make a series of, please let me know. Or CS2 or Rocket League. Let me know what you guys would like to see. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you like and you want to see more, please leave the comments what you would like to see. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Peace, guys.